Commissioner Rosa, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Of course. So let's start with the budget. Since the state budget is due next week, the governor is proposing a net $2 billion increase in state aid for schools, overall funding, not just state aid. We're talking about federal dollars as well, bringing a total to $31 billion. I'm wondering, from your perspective as the head of the education department, is that enough for schools, or would you like to see more?
Well, first of all, I think it's a little bit more complicated than that. We are concerned, and by the way, the Board of Regents and the department, we are profoundly opposed to the fact that federal dollars, as you know, the CARES Act $2, are being used to replace state dollars. And no different than last year when we had a supplanting. And so we really truly believe that these $4 billion as a result of the CARES Act 2 should be additional dollars that are used for the pandemic and to address the loss and other adverse impacts that we've had. So we are clearly opposed to using the CARES Act $2 as a way to supplant the state aid portion.
So can you talk me through what the $4 billion should be used for, if not this state foundation aid supplant, I guess? What would you like to see schools use that money for? Where's the need, I guess?
Sure. As you well know, our schools have gone through a great deal of having shifts in terms of learning issues. So the $4 billion that the feds have supported in terms of the CARES Act 2 are really targeted dollars for learning loss, any kind of adverse impacts in social emotional trauma. These are dollars that obviously, when we had to go into responding to the pandemic, we really had to use, local districts had to use additional dollars that address those issues for their communities. These dollars are really targeted dollars, and this is a one-shot situation. So the purpose, the intentionality of these dollars are very clear, that they are not to replace state dollars, but they are additional dollars that are enormously needed for our districts and our communities and our students.
You know, just on the point of how schools have adapted and how this funding is going to be used, I'm wondering, from your perspective, how are schools doing right now? We're a year about into the COVID-19 pandemic. Things have really changed for the state education department, but particularly on the ground for teachers teaching, administrators at schools. They have to think about a million different things that they've never had to think about. What are you hearing from districts?
Sure. I think I feel very fortunate that we have our stakeholder meetings, and this has been an amazing response by many of our teachers, principals, superintendents, stakeholders, and communities in terms of addressing issues, whether it's issues having to do with, as you know, the issue of infrastructure, broadband, issues of the food and the transportation, and all kinds of complicated. I mean, we've had a year of challenges beyond the issue of educating children in the remote mode and having to shift to those. But more importantly, it's been a community, I call it a real, truly community response that has kept our children, our communities, and the needs of our schools at the forefront. And our leaders have really responded and have been vigilant and have been creative and innovative in many ways that we couldn't even imagine to respond to this crisis.
So part of all of that is a new initiative that you have to promote what's called digital equity in schools. It's very important, and I think that the pandemic, as you said, has really shined a lot of light on this digital inequity that we see around the state. If we're remote learning, you need the technology to do it. So you, at the head of the state education department, you're trying to foster digital equity. Tell me what that means and what you're trying to do here.
Well, first and foremost, the in March, when we actually shut down our buildings, we did not shut down instruction. And that's really a key point. The main thing here is that we have looked at the infrastructure, the issue of broadband, devices, and we found that many of our poorest communities, are particularly our Black and Brown children in those poor communities, did not have the kinds of devices that were needed to continue their learning. Schools immediately responded with attempting to fill that gap, but we need the infrastructure, we need the broadband, and we need the equipment, the tools, the devices, and more importantly, we need to do a great deal of work on professional development and getting our teachers up to speed in how to use this platform in a way that allows children to learn 24/7.
Absolutely. It's a hugely important issue, especially with education shifting every year. There are new things happening all the time in the field of education. And unless you're a parent or somebody that's interested, you may not know. So it's something that we're always watching. Commissioner Rosa, thanks so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having us.